welcome to my first reading vlog. This week we are basically going to follow along with me reading my current book, which is Rewitched. Let me put my coffee down. Rewitched by Lizzie Jean Wood. I am almost halfway through. I really need to get a bookmark. Let me see what I have. Oh, okay. I think this one's appropriate. So I made this last year, the year before. This design anyway. It's the Garden Witch. Little brown tassel. I think that would work perfectly. So let's pop that in and stop using the cover. There we go. Yeah, so I'm about halfway. I've been enjoying it quite a lot so far. Very cozy, very good for this season for sure. And I really love kind of the kind of undertone of the writing and everything that it kind of represents beyond just the kind of basic story. I feel like there's a lot that I personally can relate to within it. And yeah, I'm really excited to read the rest of it and find out what else happens. I would love to know if you've read it, what you thought. Obviously no spoilers, we don't want to ruin it for anybody else. So yeah, I'm going to sit and have a read to myself, and I will catch back up with you in a little while when I've read some more and see if I have any more thoughts. Hello, I am back. It is now the evening. Kid has just gone to sleep. It is about 7:30, I think. So I am going to spend the evening reading, and I might be able to finish. I think I might be able to finish the rest of the book. If I read for a solid few hours before I go to bed, I think I might be able to finish it, which is really exciting. I've been really enjoying kind of just taking it a little bit at a time, but I am the kind of person who likes to binge an entire book. I just get very much like invested in the story, and I find myself I get really immersed in the world of the book, and I find that happens better for me whenever I have a longer period of time to read, which is kind of difficult sometimes when you have a kid, but the kid is asleep, so fingers crossed that continues and I get to spend an uninterrupted few hours to read the rest of this. I am on page 248, so I'm over halfway, and something very intense just happened. There was like bits and pieces that kind of led to this thing that happened. So it's kind of, yeah, there's something happening. I'm really intrigued, and I can't wait to read more so that I can get back to figuring out what's going on. And I have a few different like theories going on in my head. This tends to happen with like books for me, where you know when there's something going on and there's some element of mystery, and you're trying to figure out what's going on. I tend to have like a couple of different theories like branching off as to what where I think the story might go, or who's involved in what situation and whatnot. So I'm gonna get stuck in. So I will I'm gonna pop the camera up again and do another little b-roll. If you hear rumbling noises in the background, there seems to be a lot of roadworks going on outside my house right now. I had no idea this was going to be happening, so I will probably just throw some nice music on over the top so that you don't have to listen to the rumbling. And yeah, we'll get stuck in, and I will check back in a little bit later on, see if I finish or if I just have some thoughts on anything that's happening. I will check in again. So we have finished the book. I really loved it. I really enjoyed reading it. It was quite a calm and chill read, but it had a lot of quite in-depth, kind of deep storytelling kind of written amongst all of the fun witchy type stuff. It kind of felt to me almost like a coming of age, but for an adult. Like that that whole transition of being older, and you know, you've passed all of your years of school and you're trying to figure out what to do with your life, and there's all these kind of outward expectations from society and that kind of thing. So it felt like that kind of a story told within the realms of Belle, isn't it? Belle or Bella? You think that I would remember her name after having just read it. It's like told from that perspective of her in her world, and it was just like a really lovely way to tell the story, and a nice way to kind of make it feel a little less heavy, I guess. So it was a nice way to tell that story and still feel relatable. There were so many points in the book that I felt I could relate to my own life, which I love in a book. I love that, especially in books like this, where you're just kind of reading a nice story, but you can still feel like it's something that touches part of what your life has been like, and you can see yourself in the pages too, and a part of her character. I really loved her character, which is funny because sometimes I find when I'm reading books, or for example when I'm watching movies, I tend to not love the main character. I usually like a side character more, but I really loved the main character in this book. And you can, personally I feel like you can see Lucy's humour written all through this book. I feel like it is so obvious that this book has been written by Lucy. If you've ever watched any of her videos, you will know what I mean. If you read the book too, you will understand what I mean by that. But I think that's why I find that it, even though it had a lot of kind of deeper meaning in it, it still had a lot of lightheartedness to it, and I think that's what made it a really lovely read, because it didn't feel like I was trudging through a lot of like emotions reading this book. It felt like there was lots of kind of like ebbs and flows of the high points or the hard points in the story, you know. And I don't want to give like a lot away, so I don't want to say any much more than that. I will just say that I do recommend it. It is a very good autumnal cozy type read, especially if you are in and around the age where it feels like you're trying to figure out your life, which I mean, I guess that can happen in a lot of different ages, but I think this is a lot of relatability to it in a very nice cozy story. So I hope that you enjoyed this new type of video. This is my very first reading vlog, so I hope that it was interesting to watch and you liked kind of seeing the different aspects of it. If you have any thoughts on what you would like me to include in another one, if you would like me to do it again, you can let me know in the comments down below. If you want to see this kind of content or planning, reading journal type content, I have lots more of that on my channel. You can subscribe and see all of the different stuff I already have, and the future videos that I will be putting up on the channel. I post every Sunday. And if you like this one, you can hit the like button, and yeah, I guess I will see you in the next one.